Hey everybody, it's Brenda with Foxie's Creations. So I'm just going to wait on some people to come in, get it to come up on my phone. There we are. Hi. How are you? So last night when we were live, we were talking about, we're going to make a glue book today, but y'all wanted to see the stuff I'd already been working in. So I pulled all of it from the bedroom that I've been gluing into, and I brought it in here, where it's now going to stay. Hey, Chucker Janie. How are you? Thank you for coming. So this is all the stuff, and I'm going to go through it little by little, that we've been working on in the bedroom. And I found this in a magazine the other day. Why is it so hard? And I have an idea for a page, because I have several things that I need answered. Why is it so hard? Okay, I'm going to try to put these off to the side somewhere. Okay. And then here's the papers that we made last night. So this is the one I call Big and Tall. And because it's big and tall. So this is a page layout that I'm working on. We might glue her back in. We might glue all this in. So I have stuff placed in here that I want to glue in. Sample page. Here's another one. I already glued her in and redid her outfit. And then I made this one and tilted her head so she's looking the other direction. She's got a fish tank in her purse. So I just need to glue her in. And I just thought that would be cute, them facing opposite directions. This is one that's got to be fixed. So I just folded 12 by 12 paper in half. I made this page, but I haven't painted them or altered them yet. They're just on there. And then I think there may be one other layout. Yep. They're glued in, but not altered. And I colored her. Well, it's cat pieces cut out to fit on her face. Cat face pieces. And then her outfit was already like that, but I need to alter and color and do my arty thing to those. I put these little kitty cats at the bottom of this page. It's like a pocket. I don't know what I'm doing with that page yet. And then I found the stuff to go on these two pages, but it's just laying there. I want to do something with her. I borrowed her arms for another person because it's what I do, but I like her. I like her. I just like her. So I may keep her head, and that's why she's just sitting here. And her little flower thing matches that kind of. She's just in here, though, because I may use her. And that's the end. So that's the big and tall. And some of those pages are like I showed you, laid out and ready to go. Most are not. Okay, where am I going to put these things as I get through them? This is the little things. And it's just little things. So like I said, as I'm cutting out stuff from magazines, I'm looking for little stuff as well because I have my little things book. That's a page in progress. This is stuff to go in here. And then pages in progress. That's going to go over here, or this background. I don't remember. I know that's going on here though, just like that. Yep, it's that side. Then there's all these little pictures that are going to go collaged across these 2 pages. And then a wedding. I don't know whose wedding, and I think these are all different couples, but it's a wedding. And then just some paint that I didn't want to waste. And that's all that's laid out into this book. So that's the little things. I made this out of a napkin way back a few years ago, and it's got, I think that's the only thing in here so far is her, and I colored her. Yep, that's it. Who's under there? Come out. Okay, Tippy, come out from there. We're going to be visited by cats, I think, today. This I found, and I just labeled it a diary. Well, actually, this picture came with a diary wrote on it, and I thought, how perfect. And again, it's stuff that's not glued in yet, but planned. Okay, now these I made. These are some paper dolls that I made. I'm not real happy with her, but we can fix her. So this is all stuff that I've made by using people's heads from Pinterest pictures and giving them different bodies. That's a cutout from a catalog. Come on. Yeah, run, Tippy. These are, okay, this is not even sewed in yet. So, pages that are planned. And I need to sew this together. So that's a planned page. That's going somewhere. That's a background I made that's going to just get glued in. And that's all it's, this book has not really had anything done in it yet. So we're just going to put it all back. It'll be used. Okay, then this is another one. It's called Pretty Faces. I colored her. And then put her on here. Added this to her hair. Put the pretty faces. And these are just things I'm working on. Okay, so it's not glued in. She is going to get colored and go over here. I'm working on her. And she's going to go there. This is a catalog. And I will paint around them if I have to. I will do something around where they're not going to, what the background's not going to be covered. These 2 go here. I wanted to make sure I had enough images. And it's the autofocus on again. Hang on, guys. I wanted to make sure that I had enough images to cover my pages. So I'm trying to get to where I can cut the autofocus off. And then these 2 are going to go here. I glued 3 pages together in this catalog. And that's how, and I figured that's thick enough to work with while I'm adding to. How's your drive going, Janie? Okay, the wrong thing opened. I don't want that. All I want is autofocus off. There we go. And I want to close this window. Okay. And get back to there. Okay. And then I have these little flowers to go somewhere. I think they're going to go up here. I've got them fixed where I can put them together and put them on her head. Okay. And then these are going to go here. So this is, everything's a work in progress, guys. Works in progress. These are going to go here. I color late at night. That's why they were in the bedroom, because I can sit in there and color with my color pencils. These are going to go like this or like this. I haven't decided yet which. And then there's these. And then these are going to be a collage. So, let's see. What do we got? Okay, and flowers. So, I have her. I have this little puppy, which I saved from one of the other girls that I cut out. Or a little teddy bear. And I have her. So, let me put a paint bottle. Hold that down. She is going to have stuff. I cut these to fit her face. So, she's going to have this stuff going around her face. Oopsie. Such as that, somehow. It's all going to get fixed. And then there's extra flowers if I need them to put. She may just go here with her on the other page and then get filled in with flowers. And then I can use these other two somewhere else. But this is going to be the last one in this book. So that's that. And that's a piece of paper from a paper pad that I used for the cover. Now this outfit came from a catalog. I've colored it and changed it, but I colored her head. So we're going to put her down here with these other ones. Okay, this is another altered catalog, or will be. And I don't know what I'm doing yet, totally, in here. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? Thank you for coming. So, that's the cover. That's an inside cover. And then I have this page. Is this lady? What is this? Oh. And these were, it just says Salacious. That's that page when I get it glued in. Is that everything? Yes. And then I'm thinking I'm just going to fold it over and make this a pocket. But I'm not sure. If nothing else, though, this will go here. This is the next page. I am working on her. I'm not worried about her. And there's also this lady. And there's this word. Doing something new, that's the adventure. Don't know how all that's going to come together. Again, it's another catalog. Then I have her in partial background. And then over here, next page, I have this background, this dude, her. Okay. She's already glued in with her peoples behind her. And then the rest of this goes over here behind him somehow, and a little people. So I'm not sure. I wasn't sure how I was going to put all this together, but this is what I want. I want him on this page. She's already on that page. That's a layout. Here, I have this to go over here, this to go over here, and I don't know what I'm going to put with them yet, but it's a start, and I don't want to glue anything down till I know all my working parts. That is not supposed to be glued in. So that's that. This is a tip-in that I made. I painted all that, colored all that, and then put it all together, but I want to make it a tip-in somewhere in here. Then we have her. And the making of the next, this goes together, these two. The making of the next great American fashion designer, and there she is. And I have to color her and alter her clothes and stuff like that. This is, I don't know if this is going to be a page or not. It's just leftover stuff that's just in here to keep it from being lost. And then I think there's just, that's it. I got to re-glue. That's an empty. I had one earlier. Well, I'll re-glue later then. But that's it for this book. When it gets done, that's what it'll be. And then this one, this is the cover. This page is coming together, I think. Let me get all my little parts out. I just haven't glued it yet. I have to alter some stuff. And why it's all sticking together is beyond me. Okay. This goes here. Come on, undo. This goes here. Wait, maybe that's wrong. I think it is. I think it goes this way, you guys. And then this couple, that's why there's a cutout. I cut it so they could be in there, like be part of it. So I'll refigure that. And then so that's Grandma. She can go her own way. There's a movie theater over here. These borders go around this picture so that the pages will match. And then she goes here. And I put her arm, I thought at first I was going to put her with him, but when I glue her down, you won't notice that her arm is broken. So she's just going to go like right there. And I will trim her, you know, when I glue her down and everything. But I want to alter their clothes and make them look a little bit different. But there's Grandma. She's going her own way. So I figured those two could go together. Now I just want to put it all back in here so it doesn't get lost. Next page is this girl. I have to paint her better. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And then this, what is this? I had plans for her. But this goes over here. And so I'm going to paint the background or something the background before I put this on here. This has plans, but that's those two pages. And not everything's going to be a double page thing. And then I'm going to just put her back. Over here, I don't know why I kept the words, but I kept the words. And this is an I don't know. It's just stuff. It is just stuff. This doesn't have a lot of pages in it, which I was kind of thankful for when I put it together, because it means I don't have to have a lot of ideas. Okay, so there's that. Okay, this journal we made a while back, and this is stuff that's in the front, that's just in the front, so it doesn't get lost. We did this page on camera. We did why? this page on camera. I think we did both of those. I know we did Martha and that one. And then this is one I started. It's glued in. Don't have any clue yet. I have this one I'm going to do. I have a whole page of Skechers shoes. I need to find them. They're going to go here. This is all going to go here. I glued this in, but it's not completed because it's still got words. I got to cover stuff up, find a person. I made her and glued her into this page. This page, I love this page in the magazine, and it's going to go here. And then she is going to go over here with this as her background. And I think it's just going to be no alterations. This is going to go over here. I think it's going to go that way. No, it's not. It's going to go this way. So I picked out stuff to be backgrounds, but haven't figured out them yet. I put her on this stool. She's not the one that came on it. And she's already glued in, and Margaret. So I've got stuff to go. This goes like this when they get glued in, and I just have to figure out people and what's happening in these rooms. I love the bedrooms. Can y'all tell? I figured those could go together. And I may just start gluing the backgrounds in so that they don't get messed up. This is going to go like this. I have a plan for that. But these can go together, I figured. And then this picture totally did not come this way. If you look at the back of it, you can kind of tell I pieced it together. The chair and the chair rail and this door with this outside the door, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's what it was. I put together this brick background with this column because it needed more. And so now it's this. And I figure I'll put this over here, and then I'll figure out people and things that are happening in the picture. I just like this. And that word rejoice is going to stay there. I'm just trying to figure out what to put on this side. And that's all I have figured out for that book so far. Okay. Then we've done, in this book, the memory pages of Nick. And then petals is what I put in here. A page I started. I colored her. I added her to the background. Don't know what else is going to happen there. I made this page. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. He was in a book with the lemons. And I cut it all out, glued it all down. This page, the word blues is going to go up here. She's going on it. This boat with this lady in the background is going on it. And I don't know what else. So it's still working in my head. Little background papers that I have cut out. Okay, that's just nothings. There is more pages in here that are done. We just have to get to them. Painty paper backgrounds. Okay, this, and I realized after the fact that this is upside down and it's just going to be, these are just going to, the juice things, perfumes. Okay, I made this page. This has been posted on Facebook. I painted this building in. It was not like that. Hey, Tippy. The bricks were not on here. I made this look more cohesive. I changed up their clothes. The heads are on magazine people. The flowers are from a magazine. I put these rocks in here. And that's how the background was on the painty papers. So, hey, Patricia. Okay. And thank you for coming. So there's this one. And then, is that all? I thought there was one. Nope, here's one. I saw the baby Groot, or Grinch. He's been way altered. He didn't have anything in his hands. I cut his hands and put him a plate of food in here, and it's mine, all mine. And somewhere it's going to say that, but I found some other stuff to go over here to go with the baby. So there's the baby Groot. And then stuff for another page, and that's all of that one. Okay. So now, I told you I had been working on fairy journals. So here's this fairy journal. This was a catalog that came in the mail that I altered. So I colored this. It's different things collaged together on here. And then that's a baby Groot. There's this that I painted. Well, I didn't paint it. It's a background from, I think it's a magazine that it came from. And then I found these online and cut them out. I colored him. Over here we have like a little fairy. And in her dress is a little fairy world with little fairies. A fairy house. There's a fairy sitting on that. Now, I colored the fairy, this whole picture I colored. I added in this little girl hugging a kitten. The mushrooms were added. I added in that. Colored this in and added some mushrooms and added the dangles from the trees. I colored in this fairy. This was in a magazine, the Disney thing, or a printout. It was a printout from the internet, from Pinterest. And so I printed it out, and then I added it in, put it in here, and then just added like the little fairy stuff because it's Disney. Okay. This I found on Pinterest as well as this. I decided that this is the inside of this. What, baby? Hang on, y'all. I'm making the mama cat happy. What? What? Are you in there? Yep, you're in there. Okay. Well, you're in there with them. Be happy. She's got them under my desk. So I found the gnome in a book. I can't remember where I found this little fairy lady. Mushrooms I had. And so there's another little fairy. I had these are cutouts from a magazine. They're like little angels. She was on a page from Pinterest, a mushroom printable page. And I liked her. So I figured that she would go there. These are both printables from Pinterest. I may have colored them and edited them a little bit. That's just a piece of background, and so is that to make the page fit. The gnome and the little lady with her dog. Another house from Pinterest. The dragons from a catalog. I colored and cut out this. The mushrooms are from a sticker page. And then I colored this. And I have a miniatures catalog. And from my miniatures catalog, I fussy cut the grandma and this lady and her dog because I thought they would be perfect for this. They fit perfect. And then another color book page. I gave the window eyeballs. Got the gnome from a catalog, the deer from a catalog. These little gnomes and the gnomes on the ladder came from the same catalog. I drew in the tree here because all I had from the Pinterest was this tower piece, and I liked it, but I needed it to fit with everything else. So I drew in the tree and then added the pieces. And then here I colored both of these houses. And I added this little angel lady up here, angel fairy. This fairy lady sitting on this mushroom, the deer. Again, this little lady, her. All the mushrooms are from a different printables. Okay. I saw this door on Pinterest. I love this door. Then I saw the lady in the catalog walking that direction. I'm like, she'll be perfect. I can make her walking up to the door. So I put a butterfly wings on her. Then I decided that this room is part of this house. So I put it in. Cut me out 2 little fairies, a kitty cat. There's another cat from the miniatures book. And they're just sitting having a conversation in her bedroom. And that's the end of the fairy book. But this prompted me to begin a new one. Here's the new one. It's bigger. And I colored this all. I did the coloring. I did not make the picture. I cut it out, fussy cut it, colored it. I made the bridge, the background. On the back is this. I have not yet colored it. Okay, we have this page finished. This is finished and cut down and needs to be glued in. And I've got these people. Again, this was a catalog of some kind. And I'm working on coloring this one. This one is colored and cut out and going to be pieced over on that side. And these were free printables off of Pinterest. If you type in fairy book printables, this is what you'll get. Or something similar. There were like 20 of them. And they were free. So I will give, I've got to find her website again, but I will make sure I can include it in the description box for you guys. But they're free printables. And so I just went through and picked out which ones I wanted to go on which pages. They do have to get colored, but this way I know I have enough of them printed out. Okay, now this is something I am doing. Okay, so now these are not going to be fairies or necessarily in this book, but in your magazines, when you get them, you will notice that there are like these strips down the side of pages with these little people. I decided I need to cut out these little people and save them for paper dolls. They're all differently dressed. So I've started saving these little strips of paper from the magazines with the little people on them. So I would have different little people besides Tim Holtz people. Nothing. There's anything wrong with Tim Holtz people. I love my Tim Holtz people. But that way I would have these people. To use as well. Now, I added his pants. These are not this person's pants. These are from a stamp I have. So those don't even go to him. They do now. So they're going to get altered. It's like, where's she at? These shoes. Okay, this is a totally put together by me person. This was some ties that I cut and made into a dress. This was her body. These shoes are from a stamp I have. So I can color in her little legs and shoes. I will get her some arms or draw them on when I glue her down. But there you go. So that's an idea of how to save all that stuff. And so, like I said, these all have to be colored in. And these I do work front to back. It's just easier. And then I'll add in my little fairies and my little mushrooms and all my little decorations. And because these are not my pages, I can't sell these books. Hi, whoever else just came in. So, and it's just a quiet craft I can do at night, color pages in. Here are more paper dolls that I made. They're just in here to stay safe. So, I think she's straight out of a catalog. I made a pattern, and then I took these little heads that were printables and cut them out, and I did some like coloring on them and told y'all I was working on paper dolls. That's a Tim Holtz person, I think, on a different body. That's out of a catalog. The bunny and this body don't go together. Well, they do now. But yeah, they were from 2 different printables. She's straight out of the catalog. She just needs some legs. There she is again. From a catalog. I think that's supposed to be like a rug or a table runner. And I cut it out and did that to it. And I colored the little frog's head and gave him his hat. I think he looks very debonair. Ready to go. Oh, and the puppy. And we have a puppy. So they'll go somewhere. Not necessarily in this journal. But like I said, they're in here to be safe. They stay in here. They'll stay flat. They won't get lost. Okay. And I'm thinking I glued 2 or 3 pages of this together when I went through it. And that's the back cover of that. And then I also have all these little flowers that I printed. I think I shrank them down and then I colored them. So I can cut them apart as needed for embellishments. Okay, you guys, so that's that one. That's all the ones that I'm working in currently. So now we're going to work on making the one we're going to make from the painting papers that we made last night. So I'm thinking I want this to be maybe to go on the cover because it's thicker, and we did make this last night. But it's thicker, and we don't have to worry about putting anything on the inside. It's just what else are we going to do with this? I think I want to gesso it. Just to knock this back a little bit and then figure it out. Or not. Just at least get the gesso on. So, if I can get it open. I should have done this before I started. Well, we could always do watered down white paint. If I can't get, that's what we're going to do. I can't get that open. So we will do white paint. With some, this is coffee water again. We're going to spray some of that on this. It's going to make it a little darker, but that's fine. And then we're going to take this brush. Mix all that in together. And then just, if I have to wipe it back, I will wipe it back. This has got Mod Podge on it. So wiping this back is not going to be an issue. So like, I know I don't want it to be quite that much. Okay. But because I put the Mod Podge on here last night, on top and on bottom, we have the ability to wipe it back a little bit. Hey, Mother. Thank you. So, I'm making something on my desk rattle. Okay. I don't guess there's a right and a wrong. But I'm going to go back on this one. I'm not going to wipe off so much this time. Okay. I think that looks okay. Now it's, do we want this to be the front or that to be the front? I think I want that to be the front and that to be the back. So now I just have to find that card again. So we can glue this on there. And that will at least be our cover done. So where did I put the card? I had it earlier today. Aha. So we are going to adhere this to here. Then I'm going to trim it off. So this card is going to become our cover for our journal. And I can scoot it all the way to one side, which makes the trimming easier, and all the way to the top or the bottom when I glue it. Yes, that would work. Oh, I didn't get all the gooeys off. So do we want to trim it first or after? I think after. That way if it slips or slides a little bit. But this needs to dry better. So while that dries, and I'll get the heat gun if I need to, we're going to look at our papers that we made. So we made that one. We made this one. And we made this one. So these are the papers that we made last night. The painty papers. And I'm thinking on the insides, I may wait so that if I just want to glue down a background or something, we'll be able to do that. So just, and so like some of them have that kind of thing, that's fine. That's what I'm leaning toward here, is leaving the backs like they are. And then I can always do, like if I do paint. Hi, Clint. If I do paint, then I can put paint on, save my paint on the backs of these pages. But I like it. I like it a lot. This page doesn't seem to go, though, and we don't need it. Let's see. If we organize our papers, those. See, that one's just an oddball. Because the rest of these seem to go together. We can just intersperse them amongst each other. That was going to be the inside cover. Or no, this. Yep, that's the inside cover. Okay. And then if we do that, let's go back and get this one. So all we're going to do is fold these in half and trim them. I'm not going to do it like this, though, guys. That would be insane. So while we're waiting on that to dry, let's go on and maybe deal with that real quick. It's got a wrinkly edge. Go. And I saw my bone folder, but now I couldn't tell you where I saw it. That's okay. Okay. since I basically have these lined up how we want them to go in the book, I'm going to stack them together as we go. This would be a great space and water like themed journal. What do you guys think? Space and water. Well, until you get to this page. We could turn it into space and water. But yeah, space and water. Okay. So that's going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 4, 28 gluable surfaces. And I think that's plenty for a small journal. And I think these can make great space. And we could always do double page spreads too. You know, and change it up a little bit. So, yep. I think it's going to be awesome. And then this is going to be the inside cover. So it's going to go this way. So that's how it's going to look when the book is open. Okay. We're going to cut these down before we sew them in. So now we just need to glue this down. And we are going to use Mod Podge for this. And if we decide to recolor it because we're doing a space and water theme thing, we can. We can repaint it after it's on here. So Mod Podge. And I'm going to use the same brush I used for the white paint. It won't matter. And I should probably get a backing paper. There we go. That way I don't have to scrub my 12 by my glass mat again. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But it's hard to get Mod Podge off that. Okay. Let's go on and just cover the whole thing. Now I have several space-like things. I have stickers and several space things cut out. Again, I don't think it matters how this goes, but let's turn it the correct way. That we could put on the cover of this. Okay. Now. Just trying to get it where there's not any air bubbles in it, you guys. And I don't want to tear my paper because we collaged this down. Okay, now this side I can scrape. am I having a hard time getting corners glued? That has been the entire time I've been paper crafting. I've always had a time with the corners. Always. Okay, there we go. Now we just need to, and I brought my paper cutter back in here, so let's, and I just dropped the blade out of it. There we go. Okay, let's do this first. And let's do this. Now we have to fold it. Let's fold it. Let's fold it the correct way. Line up our edges. Okay. Let's turn it around and trim this edge. Then we're going to cut those papers in here. Okay, so there's what we have for our cover. Okay, but we still have an edge issue. Let's trim that. Come on, blade. Lock in. Okay, let's see now when we open that. Yep, we got it. So now let's measure. This is okay, we're going to do it this way. It is from the 8 1/4. So we're going to make our pages be 8 inches long. And width is 5 1/4. So we're going to do 5 inches. So 5 by 8. We can handle that. So we'll start with this one. We want 5 inches. That means we're going to go. That is not right. No. Maybe. Oh, wait, 5 inches wide. That's why it's not right. Okay. We want 5 inches wide. Now that'll be right. And we wanted 8 inches tall. Oh, how much do I have to cut off of here? 1/4, I believe. Nope, 1/2 inch. Okay. Well, no, not on this one. That's the, I mean, I may have just messed up our cover because I cut it to be 5 inches. And I cut that crooked. All right, we're going to put a different one for the inside cover because I messed this up. Yes, I did. So we will let maybe this be our inside cover. Or we could just paint it. Why don't we do that? Yes, because this is thick enough. We could just paint this. So set that aside. But we need these to be 5 inches wide, 8 inches tall. Or 8 and a quarter. Why am I getting rid of this? We want to cut I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch off first. Well, half. I don't want to go any more than that. And then this way, we're just going to line it up at the 5-inch mark. But we should probably use the side we just made straight. So we're cutting roughly a 1/4 inch off each direction. So let's see how that's going to work in our cover. Okay, that's perfect. It leaves us a little border all the way around, which is how you want your pages to fit inside your cover anyway. So that's perfect. So there's that one. Okay, so we're going to take off 1/4 of an inch this way. And we are going to flip that, because that's the side we just made straight, and do a 1/4 of an inch. That way. Now let's see if that fits straight. Yes. Well, it needs a little bit more cut off, it looks like. So let's go back and take off a tiny, tiny smidgen more. Like that. Now let's put them back together. Okay. Now we're going to do this one. 1/4 of an inch. Quarter of an inch. Let's see how they fit together. Okay, they're good. That's not a 1/4 of an inch. Go back, take off another 1/8 of an inch, because, yeah. And a 1/4 of an inch this way. A little bit more. Just a smidge. Oh, it wrinkled my paper. That's okay. Okay. This is not even folded straight, so let's straighten that out first. Okay. 1/4 of an inch. And a 1/4 of an inch. Put them back together. And I'm not saving all this little papers. Quarter of an inch. Last paper. I wonder though, hang on, you might can salvage this one and then put that as the inside of the front cover. Yeah, I can take the 1/4 inch off the top and it fits inside perfect. So let's do that. Now we have salvaged this paper. It's perfect. And we can make this our inside front cover of our book. Yes, we can. So I think that's what we should do. And then it all stays in the family. And this will still look awesome together. So let's Mod Podge. Where did our paper go? Let's Mod Podge. I'm going to line this. Yeah, go. Line you up. There's going to be overhang at the top, and I know that. But I'd rather cut off one edge than a couple edges. Okay. Now I can just pull this back. Extra on the corner. Okay. Now we can just trim this off. And there we have it, our front cover and our inside cover. Still looking for that bone folder I saw earlier. Okay. So inside cover, front cover. So what do you guys think? And then all we have to do is sew it together. So let me dry this with the heat gun so that we can go on and finish putting it together. And then we will have a put together journal. So let me get the heat gun. Yeah. Okay. It's going to be a little bit of noise for a moment. Okay. So now we need some of our jumbo paper clips. Pardon the reach. We only need 2. And let's put this in here how we want it to be. And open it to the middle. Okay, yeah, we'll put the color in the middle on that one. So 2, yep, that'll work. Okay. Get it positioned where we want it. Paper clip that. Still looks good. Now I just need to find some thread. And what color? See, I'm thinking dark blue because of the middle, and it will go with the outside. So let's find the dark blue. Give me just a moment. Yes, Tigger. You would be in the way. Okay. So I think this blue is going to be perfect. Oh, yeah. Now the decision is, do we tie it on the inside or the outside? And I'm thinking I want it tied on the outside this time. And that's plenty. So let's poke our holes. We're going to do 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So the middle is about here. One. And then we're going to go to about here. 2. And we're going to come down to here. 3. Now, thread our needle. These are doll needles. I got them at Walmart, and I love them because not only do they have a big eye, but they're really long. Now, how did that get like that? I split the thread somehow. Okay, let's cut that off. And let's try again. There we go. Much better. Okay. So since we're going to tie it on the outside, we're going to start on the outside in that middle hole. And we're going to pull it through. And we're going to go up to the top and go out the hole we made. And go down to the bottom, which I'm going to flip around and make the top. And go back in to that hole that we made. And don't wrap it around the corners or anything. Keep your little tail out. Now we're going to go back to the middle and go back through the middle, but do not go through that thread. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to make sure, I'm just going to pull my needle off at this point. It's tight, and you need one of these to go under this piece and one of them to be over it. Pull it again. And I'm going to trim it so I can make my knot without having to go through all that. Okay. And it's the opposite this time. Nope. The opposite. We all tie better one way than the other way. And then I do it a third time. There you go. And we're going to snip those off. And we can add dangles to those later. And there we have it. One journal made. Ready. Oh, brush back. Ready to be altered. Have stuff glued in it and be turned into something. Yep, there we have it, a journal. A little tiny one. And it'll end up being probably more like this at the end because of all the stuff we're going to add to it and everything. So we have this for working in at another time. So what did y'all think? So that's a quick, easy glue. And we can do space pages or water theme. I'm making space pages more than water themes. I love doing like space with stars, making our own little spacey worlds. So, yep, I think that's a good plan for this. Okay, y'all, so we really quickly did this, and we can, like I said, redo the top, this cover somehow, or leave it. I really do like how it came out. We went over the journals that I'm working in currently and what I'm doing with those. And then we finished this one off and got it made and bound and everything today. And we're still thinking about changing the channel name. So if y'all have any ideas on that, just put them in the comment section below. I'm going to try to be back on here on Friday about 1:30 Central Time again. I think that'll be a good time. So I will see you all Friday. Thank y'all for coming. Hugs and blessings. Bye, everybody.